All right, let's rock and roll over here, Jimmy. Let's bring up center stage. We've got someone special with us today. We got Cordaro Brown joining us. He's an ecosystem leader in the startup and venture capital world. But here's the kicker. His success starts with the morning. He's going to share how the right habits can set you up for success. Mr. Cordaro Brown, welcome, my friend. Welcome to the show, buddy.
Absolutely. Great to be here.
There you go.
What's going on, man?
What's up, man? Good to see you.
That's awesome. So Cordaro built a career around accelerating startups and helping founders succeed. But what sets him apart is his focus on structure and discipline. He's worked with hundreds of startups, helping them scale. Cordaro, how have you built your momentum? Where do we start, man? Tell us a little bit about yourself before we get into it this morning.
Absolutely. So I'm originally from the state of Alabama. I have been in New York since November or March of last year. I was born in a city called Selma, Alabama. A lot of people might have heard of it. Raised in a rural part of the state called Livingston. And during that time period, became intrigued about how certain systems such as startups and things could shift the kind of economic gaps that we see. And I became enamored with that. And I was working at this company called Founder Gym, where we were focused on helping underrepresented founders navigate through the fundraising process. And and it was really exciting. I learned a lot. And that's where I got connected with Christina, who's doing an awesome job on your show. And from there, we were able to support roughly around 600 or so underrepresented founders that were around the world. And during that time, I became a scout at Techstars shortly after that, and where I focused on sourcing the best founders and trying to create an atmosphere where we're better for founders at Techstars and helping them scale and learn the tools that we've accumulated over time at Techstars as being one of the earlier accelerators in the space to help and scale. And I've been doing that since, like I said, since 2021. And I've transitioned to a program here in New York City where I work with the New York program to support companies within our accelerator program. So it's been very exciting.
That's fantastic. So listen, on behalf of John, Marty, and myself, I'm sorry that you have to spend some time with Christina Flynn. I know we are every single day that we have to spend a couple hours with her, and it's caused me some extra.
She's going to kill you.
We manage it. So Cordaro, I'm pleased that you shared that with us as well. So thank you for that. And I'm sorry that you've had to go through that experience. I know we're still trying to deal with it every single day. So
see what he's doing. He's doing this where she can't defend herself. See, this is like him getting all the free shots because he knows that he can just keep on going and she's not there to put a whooping on. Advantage, brother.
She does have the power of the button. She could bring herself up here if she wanted to, but I know
she get him
control and not know that I'm about to jump on stage and defend myself. Here's what I've learned. When people are talking smack, on the right track.
Real quick, I think I would love to see this, and our better audience would too. We put some, and I'm betting. I'm coming right out of the gate before I say what the activity is. I'm betting on Christina. It's a boxing match. Gonna put a whooping on the nutty post. I'll tell you. What do you think, Marty?
Yeah, she got the height advantage too. So I got Christina.
Yeah, and she's got the reach.
The reach.
Take us one up, and a little nutty fella's going down.
Keith gonna be punching up here.
I don't think Tina told you were getting into when you joined the show this morning, but you work with a lot of high-performing founders throughout your career, and you've been a leader in the venture capital space. What's the common thread that you see in successful men, whether they're in the gym or in the boardroom, that help them thrive? And I got to think, I'm going to lead you in this direction. It starts in the morning.
Absolutely. And I do think that there's a competitive nature to it. One thing that I could recall, and I hear you all talk about certainly morning routines, but I remember we had a cohort in one of the first cohorts I worked with, working as an investment analyst. They would have a board in the cohort in the accelerator space, and they would mark who got there first in the morning. It was founders that were competing against each other, and they were like having that competitive nature. So really, they all have their different ways, but I do find a common thread with the high performing ones that it's about getting up early in the morning and kind of having, like you talked about, that extra time to either go over a pitch or reread an email that you're sending to an investor, or thinking about how you're going to engage with a customer, getting that extra thoughts and having a solid base to start off in the morning. I find some of the great, best performing founders have a solid routine.
I just got to real quick. The mindset of that, I so dig this because that's my inner monologue. I think to myself, you know what? I'm willing to do the shit that you motherfuckers won't. And that's why I get what I want. End of story.
I was just going to add quickly, business, sports, and fitness, they're all parallel. You're not going to walk into a basketball game without seeing them warm up for an hour or two before the game starts. Same with working out, and the same I see with business, even clients I've had. Like they had that same mindset where if I'm training my sports broadcaster for TNT, like he's at the studio early or at the arena early, preparing, getting ready. He's not just walking in and going straight to work like people who hate their job. So that was great, Cordero.
Yeah, I think that's very important. Yeah, I think it's very important. I think if I don't have a solid base in the morning, the day gets away from you. So you got to really start off with that good, solid foundation. And I think across a lot of different industries, I think that's important.
And you get surrounded by the right people, and they will respond to that competitiveness. Like when I say that, when I said I'm willing to do the shit you motherfuckers won't, the right people are going to embrace that, and they're going to step up. And then it's going to make me step up. And it's just everybody's just leveling up everybody. And that's how everybody gets so good. So when you say something like that, it's not an insult. It's more of a challenge.
And you'll weed out the ones who don't belong.
Do you think when you were using the reference of those founders that you were working with, yes. Am I on the
Yeah, keep on doing
Yeah. Sound like you're about to ask a question. You say when you use the founders you were working with. I didn't hear the rest of the question.
Yeah,
Cordell. None of us heard it either.
Okay, all right. Just making sure.
Am I back here now? Am I better now? I'm better now.
I think so.
It's better now.
You're
Yeah.
good.
Good.
Yeah, you're good, brother.
Cordelro, in those situations where those founders were competing, did you see instances where a toxic hustle culture could potentially arise from that? One guy's getting up at 4, one guy's getting up at 3. Next thing is just perpetuating into a hamster wheel of toxicity. Let's comment on that quickly before we keep the conversation going in the deep dive. Cordero.
I don't think it ventured out into that. It was just a friendly level of accountability. They both have a common goal.
Yeah.
They each want to utilize the program to succeed and wanted to keep each other accountable to meet their goals that they set out for themselves.
Yes. All right, Jimmy, let's rock and roll over here to let's get Marty up for the fit tip. Then we're gonna come back with a deep dive. Cordero, stick around for deep dive. We're gonna rock on the stage and we're rocking on the next segment. Marty's got the fit tip coming up here. We're back in 90 seconds. Coach Jim, Johnny, hang tight. We're back in a quick second. Do it, Marty.